All right, Panther Lair, as promised, I'm giving you guys my complete and dedicated breakdown of Carlton Bub Carrington's performance in Pitt's opening night win over NC A&T on Monday night. Now, this is going to have 4 different videos in this article, this being the first one. This one is talking about his upside. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, the man just had a triple-double in his debut for the Pittsburgh Panthers. How much more upside can there really be? But I'm telling you, there's things that happen in that game, just moments, well, more than a few moments, that suggest that there's more to come from Carrington. I agree with my colleague, Matt Steinbrink. I believe he's going to be an NBA player at some point. So let's talk about some of those things that are likely going to get him there. Now, this first breakdown is actually going to be the second turnover, and he only committed 2 turnovers in the game, but it's going to be the second one. You might be thinking to yourself, why are we going to be talking about turnover? Well, I think this pocket pass he tries to make right here in the ball screen situation is important for his development. But I want to talk about something else here too, because there is a couple different ways that guys that set screens can exit that allow them to be more available for this pass. So if you've ever noticed when Federico usually exits ball screens, he continues on the route in which he sets them. So if he sets them here and he's going to be, if it's like this inside ball screen, so Carrington could have come inside, he's going to continue on that path. That makes him a great lob target. But there's another way to exit that in which he quickly pivots and opens up. And so the inside of his body here would be already facing where the ball is. Now, the pass isn't perfect. It's mostly at his feet. But if Federico opens this way by pivoting, the pass ends up, maybe he can just kind of grab this with his left hand more easily. He's not trying to track this with the ball behind him. Now, of course, this puts Federico in a short roll situation, and he's probably not the most ideal short roll partner. Maybe Blake Hinson can be that guy. Maybe Horace Diaz-Graham can be that guy, or even Guillermo Diaz-Graham can be that guy. And maybe Federico can get there. But I think this is an important pass because it's something that, like, if they blitz the ball screen and they really just try to pressure Carrington off of this is a quick, easy pass he can make, and he shows a willingness to be able to do it. It's one thing to exit ball screens and kind of make these long passes and other teammates or lobs over the top, but those aren't always going to be available. So I thought it was pretty impressive that Carrington went to this and showed a comfort for it right away. Unfortunately for Pitt, results in a turnover, but I think we're going to see him make this successfully as the year progresses. So we're like at 2 defensive sequences right now because I thought that, you know, going into this season, if there was a reason why Carrington was ahead of Jalen Lowe, and having not really watched them play, I didn't really watch the breakdowns, or, you know, I read some information about their trip overseas, but hadn't really watched all of that, just a couple highlights here and there. I thought maybe that he was better defensively. I mean, he's 6'5" compared to 6 foot. So, I mean, physically, he's going to be a little bit different out there defensively. And he proved to be ahead of where I thought he might be defensively, even outside of the context of kind of beating out Jalen Lowe for the starting spot. Let's talk about why. So he sees the screen coming right away, and you can tell. He fights over immediately and gets right back in front. Is this always going to be the case against better competition? Maybe not. But I didn't think Carrington got caught on screens in any amount of consistency on Monday night. Got over all the time, got back in front and contested. Here's what's the good stuff. His feel for off-ball defense, way ahead where I thought. He doesn't ever stay glued to his man. He really has an idea of the space to play in, to help. So, I mean, here he's just going to kind of sink back so he can help on this potential drive. And he knows, hey, at 6'5", I'm definitely going to be recover. And even though this guy is one of the passes available, if this is a direct line pass, I'm picking this off anyways. And so he does this really good stunt here. And as he stunts, you'll notice the ball handler has to pick up his dribble. Is this going to likely be a successful play regardless? No, but this stunt prevents him from getting 2 feet in the paint, that's for sure. And he ends up taking a jumper over Federico, which is unlikely going to happen. Now, one of the other things, too, is his teammates look for him to start the transition. And you'll notice that, like, he ran a lot in transition. There were so many transition opportunities. And transition shot attempts usually represent, I don't know, I think for Pitt, it's like maybe 24-25% of their shots will happen in transition. But with Bub on the floor, I'm questioning if that could be closer to like 35% or something like that because of how much he pushes and how he is able to find guys really, really early in the possessions for Pitt. So his teams are going to consistently find him, and the fact that he crashes the board so well and just ignites these himself is a big part of it. But he's going to push here. Really like this drag screen by Federico. Here, again, he's going to continue that route. This is going to be the lob route as he exits the screen. Carrington finds him over the top. Being 6'5", this is really hard to contest. Federico catches it a little bit deep. I mean, Federico, he's not the most adept at finishing around the basket, like in post position, but I think more times than not he finishes that. He just got a little bit deep. Here's the same thing. Another really good stunt. This kind of forces the pickup dribble, and then he recovers. immediately recovers. And again, he's going to play in this space. Like, he's going to split here. This isn't going to be a situation where he's just going to, like, hug to his man. Now, there may be some assignments that there's better shooters where he's going to have to do that. But I think this is, then if that's the case, then he just really understands the scouting report, and that'll be remain to be seen. Another really good stunt and block on this side. And so, again, this is going to be ignited, blocked by Guillermo. This is going to be a fast break that he grabs the rebound. He takes off. Now, I love this pass right here. So he sees over the defense. He's trying to get the ball into Guillermo. There's going to be a time where this is a turnover. It's not going to be against NC A&T. But this defender's back is completely turned to this. And I think Carrington sees that. He sees that, okay, I'm going to gamble that 7-foot Guillermo is going to come down with this ball, because this defender, he never can make a play on this ball. And because of that, though, because now Guillermo is standing here with 2 feet in the paint, now there's 3 defenders here, this is a really good pass out to Jalen Lowe. But that starts with Carrington's willingness to make that first pass. I think overall, like, my impression of Carrington is he just saw the floor really well. The game was not too fast for him, and he just had the defensive chops and the overall feel to just make really good decisions consistently, all in a 6'5" package. That's going to really, really benefit him and benefit the Panthers this season. I mean, the last time I think Pitt had a 6'5" player that did a lot of the dictating was probably Lamar Patterson. I think Carrington has a higher athletic upside than he does. So a lot of good things to look at. I mean, Carrington has a lot of upside. This is just a small part of it. Can't wait to break down his second game here.